So this is what we got. The brake line ruptured right here, which is no good. I don't know exactly where it's leaking, but it's somewhere right here. So I was looking at the rest of this line, and it's got little pits like this. Another one right there. Another one right there. And I couldn't get this fitting out, so I had to cut it off. So I need to at least redo that. So rather than just splice in here and splice over that, I think I'm just gonna cut up front here and run a whole new line. All this right here is behind the fuel tank, and I don't really want to drop the fuel tank again. It was kind of a pain. So we're going to replace this line with a new 3/16 line. So I have to get some kind of adapter fitting, because this right here is like a 6mm bubble flare fitting, and nobody makes 6mm line. Nobody makes brake lines for this truck, otherwise I would have bought those. So what I'm gonna have to do is get some kind of adapter fitting here to run to 3/16, and then I can use that to do an inverted flare and make a whole new line for this. So let's get started. All right, so with the line out of the truck now, we can kind of see what we're up against. Got a lot of bends and stuff. I electrical taped this fitting back on here just to get an idea how long it's going to be. So this is where I cut it. Here's where it ruptured, and then you got the rest of the line here. So this is what I'm going to replace. If I replace this with a steel line, I feel like it's just going to do the same thing. So I did a little research, and I got a different type of line that I want to replace this with. I picked up a coil of this nickel copper alloy brake line. It's 3/16. Got it on Amazon and came with these flaring nuts. Got all kinds of styles in there, thread pitches and everything. Should do what you want. Me being in the Rust Belt, replacing steel line with steel line just doesn't make sense. I'm just going to keep redoing this. And aftermarket lines don't seem to last near as long as these factory lines do. The poly-coated or the poly-armored lines that I've used in the past, you know, you'll get a little chafe here, or like where you've cut it and flared it, that'll start rusting inside there, and then pretty soon it breaks right here. I'm using this stuff for the fact that it's going to be a little bit more resistant to corrosion and rust, and hopefully I don't have to replace these lines again, really. So I picked this up, seeing as how that this is 6mm bubble flare. I had to pick up some adapter fittings. These little guys here. So that'll adapt from the 6mm bubble flare. I think this is 12.1 thread pitch to the 3/16 inverted flare. So that'll go in place of this thing. And then the other side, I've got these unions, because I don't like to use compression fittings. I like to flare my own, and then I see compression fittings as almost like a temporary patch a temporary fix, like on the side of the road, I would use a compression fitting. Seeing as how I'm in the garage and I got the flaring tool, I'm going to flare 2 new ends on the line inside the truck, and then also on this side of the line here. Once we remake this with this copper line. So at this point, I was ready to bleed the brakes. And me being by myself, I couldn't be pushing the pedal and turning the brake bleeder at the same time. In last week's video, John showed me a way to bleed my brakes by myself with this little one-man bleeder. If you haven't seen that video, the card in the top right-hand corner will take you right to it. So what I started with first was the coat hanger and just basically bent it around the bottle neck to create a hook that I could hook to the frame rail. This pretty much ensures that the bottle will stay above the bleeder and the brake caliper. Once I had the coat hanger where I wanted it, I needed to drill a hole for a hose in the top of it. That's the perfect size for your bleeder, and that's the key part of this, is that hose has to fit the bleeder so that there is no leaks. And basically it's just drill a hole in it, put that hose in, and then when you attach it to the caliper, you got to make sure that the hose is always traveling in an upward fashion. That way the air and the brake fluid can come out, but only the brake fluid can drain back. Pretty ingenious, and I'd have to say it worked pretty well. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. That's how I replace brake lines on pretty much every car. It doesn't take a lot of specialty tools to work with this nickel copper line. That's actually one plus for it already. I don't have a lot of experience with it, so only time will tell. So far it's been real good. We got some more stuff to do on the truck. As you can see, the fuel tank in the back, I got some issues with it. Some stuff I need to take care of. But for now, I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.